right, so right before we went on air this morning, FBI Director James Comey confirmed they are investigating Russian interference in the U.S. election, but they can't really divulge who exactly is being investigated. But you know who spent the morning on a Twitter tirade. Yeah, which kind of felt like his attempt to use shiny things to divert attention from everything else. But here are a few tweets. James Clapper and others stated that there's no evidence. POTUS colluded with Russia. This story is fake news and everyone knows it. The Democrats made up and pushed the Russian story as an excuse for running a terrible campaign, big advantage electoral college, and lost. And the last.
Now join our programming in progress.
No, it doesn't. That's why you need to get to the...
Eventually, though,
that's why... Well, maybe, but if you have the people who can put them out... Well, stop feeling sad and let's get to work.
No, a new
we're doing what we can.
Let's get to work.
One of the arguments with respect to that, we've been talking about that issue with the guns. One of the contrary arguments is that I think they're afraid that that database of mentally ill is going to be broadened, and you're going to have people with OCD, people that aren't necessarily mentally ill.
Laws. There are stupid laws. That's a
I'm just giving you the counter.
Stupid law. Yeah. And the NRA, you can't justify it. You can't justify it. You can't, because you put guns in the hands of mentally ill folks. It's not a good idea. There's nothing you can...
It's not even like you're anti-gun. You're a gun
I think
owner.
it's a bad idea. I just want to make sure that those people have mental illness and that it's not broadened to be a surveillance.
Well, but you know what? But it's specific to that. Yeah. It's specific to that.
Thousands of the people on the list, like 15,000 had schizophrenia, 17,000, and these numbers, I don't know if I have them swapped, had dementia. These are not lightly handed out
and a lot of them
diagnoses.
Vets,
this is not ADHD. This is massive diagnosis.
But aren't a lot of them vets?
This second bill is only about vets.
Only about vets.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll be right back.
Later, Tommy Lahren backlash. Why this Republican rising star is under fire from conservatives for what she said on The View Friday. This week on The View, we've got some Tell 'em Whoopi big hot topics. And that's not the only thing hot around here. Because we're hanging with Joe Manganiello. Plus, the political view heats up when Rachel Maddow hits the table. And we're getting our funny on. That's funny. Because first, power couple Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard come to our house. Then, we're laughing it up with Anthony Anderson.
Damn, I should come here every day.
That's right.
This week on The View on ABC.
At JCPenney.
Ahead, Sanaa Lathan and Mac Wilds on how their new series, Shots Fired, takes on one of the hottest topics in America. And it's a spring fling of beauty and bling on View Your Deal.
Now, welcome back. As you know who was also a real charmer in his first meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel, particularly in this moment of international diplomacy. Take a look.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin.
He also made a joke about both he and Merkel was spied on by Obama, which was met with, I think, my favorite look of the year.
Yeah.
Look.
You know, he's she's thinking in her head, this guy's got nuclear codes, and he's thinking, you know, she's not even a 3.
Well, you know, when my husband reminded me. My husband studied chemistry in college, and he reminded me that she has a PhD in quantum chemistry.
Yeah.
And she got it in 1996.
Well, he
so I'm sure she's looking
what about
at
Trump
it like...
University? You're a snob.
I mean, she, I'm sure, was looking at him like, what am I doing here? But I've got to say, Sean Spicer and Trump said that Trump could not hear the request.
Oh, he's
for the
deaf
handshake.
now, too?
That may be correct, but
Yeah.
given this piece of information, the handshakes with world leaders in the Oval Office when they're taking your picture, which happens every time there's a world leader. Shook hands with Japanese Prime Minister Abe, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, British Prime Minister Theresa May, Barack Obama when he was still president.
Maybe he didn't hear her. Maybe.
Yeah, but even if he didn't hear her, there's a precedent.
You are seeing them taking pictures.
You know it's coming.
You know that they expect you to do the thing.
But he did shake her hand earlier, right?
Yes, but I'm talking about specifically for in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
When they're taking your picture.
Yeah.
Right.
They always do a.
But if you look at the
and he
picture,
didn't do it.
if you look at the picture, he's felling, as they say, from the audience. They're like looking at him, and if you see him, he's enjoying, like you say, he loves that attention. And then she's asking an annoying question, and he's like, "Look at me, I'm here in front of all this."
When you
know,
when you have a
that's him.
guest in your office, that there'd be a little body language opening to her, so it wouldn't have been so hard for him, because you did see that with President Obama, but that's a small detail. The other thing is, I think a lot of the diplomacy we feared with him was about people that were not our friends. He also just continues to tick off every ally we have, from Australia to Germany, Great Britain, and it's like, we don't have friends to lose right now. We're not that cool.
You know what I love? I know. We're not.
Yeah.
You know what I have loved? Do you remember Pete Sousa, who was Obama's photographer?
Yeah.
He consistently trolls President Trump. Take a look at this
follow
picture.
him.
Every time there's something that's awkward, he posts a picture of like Merkel with Obama and how they had a great relationship. And it's really interesting to follow his account.
Juxtaposition of the two.
Yeah.
To me, though, is that they differ behind the scenes. Like, you know, you have Merkel criticizing Trump's travel ban, and you have Trump criticizing Germany's refugee policy, and that's fine. But he's letting those differences leave that room where they have those private meetings and display that to the world. And you can't do that. I mean, this just doesn't look good, no matter what your differences are behind the scenes. Have those meetings, do what you need to do, but you don't tweet about it, and you don't display a lack of diplomacy. It's scary, though.
If
This
you're
is
going to
scary
talk
to me.
about different countries, you know, this is what you don't do, because you know who, this is a tweet that he did after the meeting with Angela. He said, despite what you've heard from the fake news, I had a great meeting with German Chancellor Angela Merkel. Nevertheless, Germany owes vast sums of money to NATO, and the United States must be paid more for the powerful and very expensive defense it provides to Germany.
Right. And it's,
But then,
that's what I'm saying.
but the German defense minister responded in a statement. There is no debt account to NATO.
No.
Defense spending also goes into UN peacekeeping missions, into our European missions, and into our contributions to fight against ISIS's terrorism. So what you need to know, dude in that office, is you don't want to be demanding money. We owe money to people.
Yeah.
We owe a lot of money to people. Like China. Like China. You know, and if China does what you just did,
We're in trouble. We're broke.
I know. Do you think he just doesn't
we're
know?
in danger, girl.
I don't know.
Yeah, she doesn't care.
I forgot.
Joy doesn't care. No, she.
No, I'm thinking of the bell, because last Friday they were all upset that the bell was not here. Very upset. So
Yeah,
it's
they
bell.
didn't give us our bell.
Well, they probably didn't give it to you for a very good reason. But before we go, we need to say goodbye to the man who is really often credited as inventing rock and roll. That's
right.
Chuck Berry passed away at 90 years old. Amazing, amazing musician. Great man, great man.
Everything followed from Chuck Berry.
From Chuck Berry, all things were made possible. But we also lost a Pulitzer Prize winning writer and a quintessential. When you think New York, you think about Jimmy Breslin.
You know, can I read a quote?
Yes, please.
Okay. So, I'm sure you know Jimmy. Jimmy Breslin.
Yeah.
I know him. I knew him.
Yeah.
I know he had a difficult life too. His children, etc.
Right.
But I think a couple of them passed away.
Yeah.
You know, that's hard.
Yeah.
But this quote of his: "Rage is the only quality which has kept me or anybody I have ever studied writing columns for newspapers."
Yeah.
So you have to. I mean, people sometimes say, "Don't be so angry." You know, like right now, there's a lot of rage going on, but there's a reason for it, and it pushes you to do something.
Right.
And that's
Well,
Jimmy.
Jimmy Breslin, he took no BS from anybody, and he called it like he saw it.
That's right.
And on that note, we'll be right back.
You were so...
Welcome back. On Friday, conservative commentator from The Blaze, Tomi Lahren, was here, and she sparked a backlash online for saying this at the table.
At our table, yeah.
I'm pro-choice, and here's why. I am a constitutional, someone that loves the Constitution. I am someone that's for limited government, and so I can't sit here and be a hypocrite and say I'm for limited government, but I think that the government should decide what women do with their bodies. I can sit here and say that as a Republican, and I can say, you know what, I'm for limited government, so stay out of my guns, and you can stay out of my body as well.
So some folks are calling her a hypocrite.
Because she's pro-choice.
For being pro-choice. Yeah, I was going to read that part.
Sorry.
For being, that's all right. Yeah, it's Monday. I'm back. And still calling herself a conservative. But do you have to be on the same side of every single issue of your political party? Aren't you allowed to evolve and grow?
I don't know who does. I don't know who falls in line with everything. I think we're such complicated beings that to fall in line with every partisan topic, I think that would be hard to do.
But people are, it's interesting because I asked her that question because, as many of you know, I call myself pro-life. I know you don't like that term, but or anti-abortion.
Yeah.
And I'm
anti-abortion. That's a better
I'll say
thing.
that. Anti-abortion. I'm against divorce. So I'm conservative on so many social issues, and I'm always called a libtard and left-leaning and all of this stuff, which I don't describe myself that way. Maybe what we need to do is stay away from all these labels.
Yeah.
Because I don't...
Against divorce.
It's my faith.
Does not believe
I don't
in
believe in it.
divorce.
My faith doesn't
People should stay together even if there's an abusive relationship.
Maybe not get married in the first place.
Well, how do you know that? Sometimes they fool you.
Maybe not get married in the first place. But anyway, I think
it's true. Yeah.
True.
I mean, that's a hard one. I understand
it's a
your
hard
other
one.
position, but that one.
But I don't believe the government should be making the decision, because you personally are pro-life, but you don't think the government should be making that decision
No,
either.
I don't, which is seemingly in line with what she says. But what's fascinating to me is so many conservatives came out against her. They've been dragging her. They've been just so terrible to her. And that's, I think, one of the problems with conservatism. There are many faces to it.
Well, I think you can be a constitutional conservative and you can be pro-choice.
No, that you cannot be.
Oh, you absolutely can.
No, because the Constitution says the protection of life, liberty, and property.
The Constitution guarantees a right to privacy. Constitution guarantees a right to privacy, and that's not. No, that to me is a misinterpretation.
The Constitution is talking about your individual life.
Right.
Let's be specific. They were not talking about abortion when they created the Constitution, because they weren't dealing with it. But what the problem for me is, what it does give you is the right to make decisions for yourself as an individual. That's what the Constitution protects, your individuality. And the idea that other people, and it says you don't have to believe any religion. You don't have to believe anybody. You don't have to subscribe to anybody else's beliefs. That's why you have freedom of religion. That's why we have these freedoms. So I think that, the Constitution is specific to you.
My bigger,
That's to me.
My bigger question for her, though, is if you're a constitutional conservative and you believe in limited government, then why did you vote for Donald Trump? Because he doesn't stand for any of that.
Well, she didn't know
He's
what
the
he
big
stood
government
for.
guy.
They don't know.
If you listen to what he said before, but if you paid attention and you listened to what he said before he got elected, he was a big government guy.
Listen to him before. Yeah. See, people weren't listening.
Well, they should have been listening before and now.
I would call myself a Democrat right now, but when Lyndon Johnson was president and he was escalating the war in Vietnam, I would never call myself a Democrat. So it depends on what's going on.
But if you're advocating for limited government and saying, I believe in limited government, nothing Donald Trump said before this campaign was limited government, and nothing he's doing now is limited government. Limited government, people are fighting him.
He contradicted and lied, though, his way say
I think
to
we
the
get rid of the
election?
labels. Let's get rid of the labels and look at the person and the policies.
Who we are. This is what I believe. This is what you believe.
Yep.
That doesn't mean you're this. Doesn't mean you're that.
Yeah.
That's just what you believe. And if you're a constitutional person, you're entitled to your beliefs under the Constitution.
I agree.
We'll be right back.
Next, Sanaa Lathan and Matt Wiles are changing the conversation about police violence in America with their eye-opening new series, Shots Fired.
It's among one of the most disturbing topics that is dividing America today. All too common headlines about police violence. Shot Fired is a new series that takes it on from all sides in a surprising way that may change your perspective a bit. So please welcome two of the fabulous stars. I'll let them. What's happening? And Matt Wiles. So first tell us about the show, and then tell us about yet another kick-ass woman you're playing.
Yeah.
She only plays women who will beat you into a ball. But tell us a little bit about the show.
I play Ash Aquino. I'm an investigator with the Department of Justice. I call her Bad Ash, hashtag Bad Ash.
Oh, I like it.
She's been in law enforcement for many, many years. She really is amazing at her job, and she's relentless in the pursuit of justice, and she'll do whatever it takes to get that justice, even if it's illegal sometimes. Yeah. She's called to investigate the murder of a white kid by a black cop played by Mac, and I go down there with my partner, and we investigate this murder. And in the course of investigating the murder, we discover another murder that has happened that is not being investigated of a black teenager. And so the series the movie, it's a 10-hour movie, it tracks these two different murders, one white, one black, and how the community treats them differently, the press treats them differently, as well as the criminal justice
Where'd
system.
you get that idea from?
Exactly.
Life imitating art, imitating life.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Matt, fans love you from the new 90210, The Wire. But now, as Sanaa mentioned, you're playing Deputy Beck, a young black police officer who shoots and kills a young white man. What was it like for you to take on this role?
It was a lot. You know, I grew up right here in New York City, Staten Island, New York to be exact. But you know, in our community in Stapleton, we have as I'm sure other communities do, they have a certain relationship with police officers. It's automatically defensive. Whereas now, after doing the rigorous training and meeting with the police officers and understanding their point of view and seeing how just as scared as we are walking into those situations, they're just as nervous. So it's an automatic powder keg. It was crazy. It took a lot and a lot of training and a lot of hard work from a lot of officers like I don't want to shout people out. Dennis Rodriguez, Sean Dozier, a bunch of other officers that helped us out around the clock.
Wow. And you know, at this table, we talk a lot about the conversation that parents have to have with their sons, with their black sons. Did you experience that the talk?
Yeah, I think in a sense, we're in a place now in our generation where not only black boys have to have this talk, black women have to have this talk too. They're just as susceptible to anything happening as much as we are. So absolutely had to talk with my mom and my dad. You know, you're going out into this neighborhood, which even, you know, Stapleton isn't necessarily the best community. So you already know how police look at us coming from a community like that. So
it's
just
projects, right? Because you and I have that in common.
Yes, ma'am. Grew up, born and raised in the projects.
And you too. All of us. Right? I always forget that. We got the projects in common here.
It's real. It's real.
The creator, Gina Prince Bythewood, is married to Reggie Rock Bythewood. They're both the creators, and the idea came about 5 years ago when the Zimmerman trial with, you know, Trayvon Martin Zimmerman trial was on television, and Reggie was watching it with his 12-year-old son. And he, when Zimmerman got off, his son was in tears. He didn't understand, you know, why. And so he basically, that was the seed. That was the seed of this whole idea, and he had to kind of explain to his son through a documentary about Emmett Till,
Yes.
about the history of this country and, you know, where we are with that. And so that's, you know, this started, even though it feels like it's being ripped from the headlines, the idea of this started.
Conversation began.
Yes.
Because you can't not, you know, I mean, and the other interesting thing is suddenly it's not just one group. You have to now look and see young police officers coming in. They don't know. They don't have the training. They're just sort of thrown out there.
Or even the training that they get is not great.
as it should be. It's not that great. So you guys are actually focusing on what I think is the proper conversation.
Yes.
Because if we don't realize we're all in this together.
So true.
It's always going to be this, and I love that this is what you're doing. I know I took your question.
No.
This is the great thing about this movie is because it's so great that it's 10 hours. First of all, I just want to say it is entertainment and it is fun to watch.
Yes. It is. It's great.
And yes, and so it's a mystery thriller where you will be like putting the pieces together, and yet then you get hit with these heavy truths. But one of the things that the writers did that was so brilliant is that you get a seat from every position at the table. So hopefully that will create some empathy and some compassion, because you're going to put yourself in shoes of where you may have never thought that you would have been. You know?
It's really fantastic. We actually have a clip. Let's take a look at it.
My second day on the streets, I'm out.
Because too often when we watch it in the news, when you said it's entertaining, like the news, you want to turn off.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Being entertained enough to turn something like this on might start conversations people aren't having.
Yes.
It's a great thing. I mean, and I'm so thrilled that y'all are doing it. And I want to also say my friend Richard Dreyfuss is also
I love
with these guys. And so, you know, thank you guys for coming. You've been with us before. This is your first time.
My very first time.
So
it won't be the last.
Well, okay. I like that.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for coming. And come back anytime. You know, Shots Fired premieres Wednesday night. Please make sure you watch this and watch it with your family if you can. Check your local listings. We will be, of course, right back.
Next, get hot for spring with Beauty and Bling on View Your Deal. We partnered with vendors for at least half off this season's most sizzling stuff. Yeah, the topics here are hot and only getting hotter.
Here we go.
Because this is the place where strong women
Tracy Ellis Ross making history.
It's very nice to relive that moment.
come to be heard.
We have got to stay connected to each other
and voice their view.
You have to problem solve, juggle things at the same time, and so really only women can do that.
We are View Strong all day long.
Love us or hate us, you're not going to hear what we do anywhere else.
You tell them, sister.
It's The View on ABC.
Winter has finally gotten the memo that it's spring. So we are celebrating the end of coat season with Beauty and Bling. We partnered with vendors for at least half off everything while supplies last. So let's get shopping with lifestyle expert Greta Monahan.
You look springy.
Thank you. I'm so excited about spring. Check these out. So Kay Carroll makes this amazing little bag. Everyone loves a versatile bag, but check this out. 3 ways to wear. Wristlet, crossbody, even just as a clutch or a wallet. Okay, you guys? And all these great colors, and you can fit your life in here. It's so easy. 2 compartments, zippers fit everything, amazing. And also this little
what is this?
Sold separately, an ultra thin charger for your phone. It fits right into these zippers, you guys, or just use it with a different bag. But these are things we need.
What is that
Original price on these, $20 to $33. Today's deal, $10 to $16.50.
That's awesome.
All right.
These are gorgeous.
I couldn't wait to show you these. Spartina 449 Keynote Locket Collection. So you pick your locket, you guys, and then you pick 25 sweet little notes that secretly hid inside. I got this one for you.
Don't let them tame you.
That's the one I got.
Seriously, that's the one that just caught my eye.
Look, so it fits right in there. They pop in and out, you guys, like nothing. They're so pretty. You can create a collection for somebody.
This is beautiful.
I also have on the C'est La Vie. These little necklaces are so sweet because they have sweet meanings. Like this one's Pride and Joy, but you can pick light, shine. It's just adorable.
This is
Original
so cute.
price on these, $6 to $84. Today's deal, get this, $3 to $42. We're saving 50%. We love Rustic Cuff. I know
I love Rustic
I have
Cuff.
them on, but check this out. Brand new, semi-precious tiger eye stones, 8 stunning colors, and this is, look at this disc. This little stainless steel disc, you can actually create a
your
3-letter
son's
monogram.
name on here. Kai.
My son Kai's name on here. Any way you like to customize in 3 fonts. Today's deal, well, original price, $48 to $72. Today's deal, $18 to $32.
I love when you stack those. The stacking.
and the colored ones too.
You always want to use multiples on
Derma
that.
Flash. Okay, just used this last night. This is one of my, this is getting rave reviews, you guys. This is a device that exfoliates and removes the peach fuzz. So this does it all in one step.
You're not
once
supposed to
a
talk
week.
about the peach fuzz.
It's
No one
there,
has
and
that.
it makes your skin radiant, smooth, and youthful, and that's why beauty editors and women are raving.
You're supposed to get rid of
Original
it?
price? Yeah, $189. Today's deal, $94.50. 50% off. That's amazing. This too, another beauty device that will knock your side. I know you love this. All right, Go Smile. This is the total dental package. Everything is in here to whiten. This has a blue-violet light. Check this out, Sarah.
Oh,
And I
that
know-
germ thing?
And it vibrates. So this, yeah, because this kills bacteria for bad breath, along with whitening and cleansing in one step. Comes with 2 extra heads, toothpaste, whitening gel, everything you could need.
Ooh,
Original
that's
price,
got a kick to it.
$99. Today's deal, $49. Savings.
Oh, that's great. And it comes in all those colors?
All those colors, which I love, right? I mean,
Oh,
look,
the
you
pink
can
one's
it's
so
fun.
cute.
You don't get mixed up in the bathroom. This one I love, Rock Cotton. So this brings leggings and tunics to a new level, elevates it. Feel this, you guys. This is amazing.
I gotta feel this.
And the bonus is you get this amazing little gemstone necklace with your kit, with your tunic. So you can literally, this is a suede Supima cotton.
A what? Supima?
Supima cotton.
Oh, a
and
Supima
5%
cotton.
spandex, so it's unrestrictive, the stretch, so it feels so
Does this
soft
have
on the
powers?
body.
You know, they say sometimes
Yes.
rocks
So
have-
all of these little cards with the rocks on them, they're a gemstone. They come with sort of passion lights. It's just a really easy, beautiful outfit, and I love even breaking it up and putting it with jeans.
Can you wear these? Is this something you can wear out too?
Totally. You know what? This is something you can break up, you guys. Put this with jeans,
Mix and match.
a little skirt in the summer, and Sarah, it has pockets, and it's cut high
You
and
had
low.
me at pockets.
So the fit is so flattering. I am literally buying these in every color, and to get that, you literally have an outfit. You get the gemstone too. What could be better? It's amazing.
The gemstone was the cherry on
I
top.
know, the cherry on top. Original price, $60 to $84. I can't believe this deal. $30 to $42. This is a no-brainer.
This is an easy one. Anytime you're going to make me more comfortable, Greta. Thank you to Greta Monahan. The clock is ticking, people. You have 24 hours to grab any of these exclusive deals at viewyourdeal.com. And members of our audience are going home with gifts from Go Smile, Rock Cotton, and Spartina, $449. We'll be right back.
Was red hot in Magic Mike? He's revealing how he's totally going blue tomorrow.
So we got a whole thing going on at the table. You know, we're on right now.
It's so pretty.
Let's talk about what's around your neck.
Well, it's just a locket that Greta made for me. Don't let them tame you.
Oh, I love it.
We all need that.
I know.
It's cute.
Is that one?
Yeah, it's a weird deal.
Do you think people try to tame you?
Oh.
You think people try to keep
Not
you
at this
from
table.
being
Not
who
if
you are?
If you've known me for more than 5 minutes, you know that's a hopeless cause.
Well, what do they say? Well-behaved women never make history?
I'm making history?
Well, I just was curious, just because I think it's always interesting, because nobody does what we do.
No one
No.
No other show does what we do. Sorry, they just don't.
Try as they may. They try to imitate us,
People
but
try,
and they know who
you
they
know,
are.
and
It's
we
not
don't,
working.
we're not mad at them. Good things work when they work, but nobody like us.
But it's the highest form of flattery.
Yeah,
Apparently.
imitation.
So we say to you, have a great day. Take a little time to enjoy the view.
your kids financially ready for the future? From balancing a checkbook to understanding taxes.
After tax, I made $8.33.
See how this program teaches kids the ABCs of real life.
They say I've learned money doesn't grow on trees.
Watch Tuesday on ABC 27 News at 5.
They're songwriting brothers and the duo who make up the band Tough Old Bird. A live folk-inspired studio session on Good Day PA at 12:30.
You've been hurt in a car accident. Can you really trust the insurance company to take care of you? I wouldn't.